Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to welcome you here today to my, first press conference. I'm sure most of you are very anxious to hear what I have to say. I'm no stranger to the Turks and Caicos, and especially politics in the Turks and Caicos. Today is a very important day. It's probably one of the most difficult days in my life, in my political career. Before I get into the substance of what I would like to say, I would like to give a little bit of background as to why I'm here and what brought us to this point. There's no secret that I've been a PNP all my life, and let us be clear, I support the Progressive National Party. I'm a Bob Francis PNP, a PNP that was originally PNO. I applied to participate in as an at-large candidate for the Progressive National Party in the upcoming general election. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, my name was left off the original list of candidates that will participate in the next upcoming general election for the Progressive National Party. I had some dialogue with the chairman of the party and the leader, and I believe that the issue of me not being on the list was intentional. And for whatever reason they have, that's on them. But what is important is that we must go forward. I hold no malice. As I said, I am a PNP, but I will be running in the next general election as an independent. And so for some of you may coin the term independent PNP or progressive independent. As I said, I'm no stranger to politics in this country, having been leader of the PNP and leader of our country for most of the years from 2003 to 2009. I'm very proud of the accomplishments that we made, not only me alone, but the PNP government during that tenure, during our tenure. We transformed this country from a backward, unknown country to a country that was clearly the envy of the world and envy of the Caribbean. Most of what you see on Grace Bay was built during our time in office. A lot of the roads and infrastructure, whether it's the Carifta Park, the downtown ballpark, the North Caicos Road and Causeway, if we were still in office, the airport and the port in North Caicos would have been finished already. We went on a road building exercise in South Caicos, trying to bring the Big back into Big South, and spend tens of millions of dollars paving most of the roads in South Caicos and building a brand new, and was in the process of building a brand new terminal building, and provide incentive for the now open East Bay Hotel. In Grand Turk, we built the Carnival Cruise Port and invest heavily in infrastructure there as well, including parks and recreational facilities and roads. In Salt Cay, we were in the process of transforming Salt Cay by not only putting in a runway and dock, but also we were in the process of providing one of the most high-end hotel development probably in the region. Unfortunately, all of this was cut short by intervention by the British, and I would say unnecessary intervention. But again, we can't dwell on the past. We're here today. We're here today to move forward. We're here today to continue on that road of progress. God, my God, is a God of second chance. And when He do give a second chance, He expects that we would learn from the mistake of our first chance and to even excel and be better than you were during your first time. I have learned certainly from my mistakes. And even in the midst of mistakes, my heart was always in the right place. And the right place is always with the people of the Turks and Caicos Islands, and to ensure that Turks and Caicos Islands and Turks and Caicos Islanders grow from strength to strength, be given the best opportunities, be that in education, be that given an opportunity to own their own home, be that given an opportunity to get crown land and develop a business, given an opportunity to compete in this tourism sector that we're in, whether it's hotels or boutiques or the water sport business. And we have to get back to basics. We have to take our country back. We have to get back on that road to progress. A number of things that will become part of my platform going forward as an independent. And I'll outline a few of them today so that those of you who I seek your support will know why I seek your support. And these are not in any particular form, but some of these are close to my heart. I'm on a crusade to eradicate poverty from our islands. In the land of plenty, there should be no reason why people may go sleep hungry, or people can't afford to buy food or buy clothes or buy textbooks for their children. Most of us live from paycheck to paycheck, and if, God forbid, we lose our job, we go from being able to pay our bills one day to not being able to pay our bills the next day. I will seek to, through the National Insurance Scheme, to introduce a system of a basic pay that will assist citizens during that period. And this period will be defined, and a lot of work has to go into the concept. But the broad principle is what I would like to outline today, a principle of a basic pay that assists with the eradication of poverty. Those of you who follow my premiership know that education has always been dear to my heart, and we coined a phrase, I don't know whether we did it or not, but we suddenly adopted. If you think education is expensive, try ignorance. To this end, we will ensure that education is free for all. We have to get back to the notion where if a student excels, that they have a right, or at least they have a legitimate expectation that they will get a scholarship to go off or to pursue their dreams, whatever their dreams is. And so, as you know, when we were in office, our scholarship budget was anywhere between 20 to at one stage, $30 million a year. Today is around $1 million a year. It's unacceptable. We have more children coming out of school, and some of them are doing a lot better, and no scholarships. We have a situation where I believe there was a case in court where two students who had a legitimate expectation for a scholarship had to end up suing the government in order to get a scholarship. These things are unacceptable. You know, we cannot be spending, if we have the money to spend $1 million a month to pay SIPT to pursue a political trial, can we not find $10 million to provide scholarship for our young people? If we have money to give beaches, to subsidize beaches during their slow period, can we not find money for scholarship for our students? And so education and scholarships for our young people must get back to the forefront of governance. Crime. All of the things that we are working so hard for and have worked so hard for over the years as a country can vanish if we don't get a grip on crime. And again, I believe that not enough attention is being paid to fighting crime and dealing with the root cause of crime. As I go through the islands, there are literally tens of, and maybe hundreds of young people, young men especially, who are sitting on the corner with no hope. All right, with no hope, and that is the root cause of the crime, because the devil will find work for idle hands. And so we have to find a way to put these young people into learning institutions. The time has come the time has come in the Turks and Caicos Islands that we turn the community college into a full university with a full technical school. It is absolutely crazy for us to be in the tourism business, in the construction business, and we have no tourism school. And so we have to find a way, when these young people come out of high school, that they can go into, some of them who are academically inclined can go off to study, those who are not can go into a technical school so that they can learn a trade, and so they can become productive citizens. I'm sure most of them don't want to turn to a life of crime, but if you don't have, and there's no excuse for it, but we have to provide the opportunity that would lessen the issue of crime. And also, we have to be honest with ourselves. Some of these young people a lot of the young people are our own young people. A lot of these are people from our brothers and sisters who, some were born here, some came here young. And we have to embrace our young Haitian brothers and sisters who are here and help them to integrate into our community. And so that they can also know that they can achieve the Turks and Caicos dream of, you know, having a home and a business, and therefore don't feel the urge to have to turn to crime either. And so one of the major plank in my platform would be trying to fight crime. There's also, when it comes to policing, which is very important, is community policing. I think in this day and age, in the 21st century, 2016, it is completely unacceptable that the 3 highest ranking officers in the police force are English. When I was premier, and if I was premier, this would never happen. When I was premier, there was no Englishman in the police force. And if they were any, they might have come as an advisor. And so we have to go back to the stage where there has to be, there are a number of talented young Turks and Caicos Islanders who are in the force, who must be given the opportunity to become commissioner of police and deputy commissioner, and so that because policing is about community. A person who grew up with Kenny Grant or Dusty Williams will feel a lot more comfortable going to him with information than someone from England who they don't know, who they can't speak to on the street. And so we have to get back to getting a local commissioner of police, not only as a front, but also in substance, so that we can fight crime and take it before it gets completely out of control. We have to review the criminal justice system. We have to give judges security of tenure. It is, again, in our country, judges serve at the pleasure of the governor. And so if you serve at my pleasure, then you do what I feel I would feel happy with. We have to give judges security of tenure, knowing that once they're appointed until they retire, unless there's misconduct. We have to also, as part of empowering Turks and Caicos Islanders, there's no one could convince me that there are not Turks and Caicos Islanders that can be magistrates and judges. The time has come for this to happen. It happens in the Bahamas, it happens in St. Kitts, it happens in other Caribbean countries. And so it is unacceptable that in 2016, we don't have one Turks and Caicos Islander who's a magistrate, who's a substantive magistrate or a judge. But what is the most important and pressing issue in our country is the issue of representation. Representation and empowerment. Our people feel sidestepped, disillusioned, because every day people are losing their jobs. They're losing their jobs because maybe they can't get along with an expat who works at the same company. They're losing their job. In some cases, to make room for, you have a situation where some of these hoteliers, they may hire a manager. The manager comes in, and then the manager want to hire all of their friends. And they do everything in their power to frustrate Turks and Caicos Islanders, either to quit or to fire them. These things cannot continue to go on. So what is the most important thing in our country now is representation for our people. And unfortunately, as I said, I'm a PNP, but unfortunately, this PNP, people don't feel that they can call them for representation. And people feel like even if they call them, they will not get the representation that they deserve and need. And so we have to get back to the basics of knowing that I want to be the voice. I want to be the voice for the poor. I want to be the voice for the hotel workers. I want to be the voice for the taxi drivers. I want to be the voice for the civil servants. I want to be the voice for the office workers. I want to be the voice for the professionals. I want to be the voice for the local beach vendors. I want to be the voice for the water sport operators. I want to be the voice for the contractors and their construction company. I want to be the voice for all of our people to ensure that they get the representation that they need and deserve. We need to go back to a system where business owners, especially foreign business owners, respect ministers, respect the government. Unfortunately today, they have no respect for ministers. If you say to a hotel worker, to your boss, well, I'm going to call the Minister of Immigration, they laugh at you, right? Because they feel that this whole system is turned on its head, where ministers and even immigration officers. In fact, one time I called an immigration officer and said, look, you should go and check out the task force, check out a particular situation. And they're going to tell me that they're afraid to go because they're afraid of the Integrity Commission. This cannot be right. And so we have to get back to a system where Turks and Caicos Islanders, citizens, workers generally, do not feel intimidated. They feel that they can go about doing their work and in a professional manner, and if they have a legitimate legitimate claim or that there's someone that they can call who is not afraid, who has the courage to say, look here, you cannot treat our people like this. And I want to be that person. I want to be that person for our people. We also have to get back to bringing prosperity to our country. The truth is that since I left office, there's been no new major construction project. This is a fact. Right? And so what drives the economy? Fortunately, when we were in office, we spent tens of millions of dollars promoting tourism. And as a result of those promotions back in 2006, 2005, 2007, 2008, we still have the impact of tourists coming. But what puts money into the pockets of our people even more is when there's a construction boom. Right? And so we have to create the environment where investors feel safe that they can come and invest their money. That you have to create an environment where Turks and Caicos Islands can again re-engage in development, whether it's subdivisions, whether it's hotels. And again, in this day and age, it's unacceptable that there are not very few, if any, Turks and Caicos Islanders who own hotels. Our main and only industry. We have to go back to providing a high-end tourism product. We have to go back to introducing a music festival so that we can showcase our country and give other Turks and Caicos Island groups who have potential an opportunity to shine. Who knows, maybe during the music fest someone could be discovered. We also should create, should go back to doing the film festival and create a film commission so to allow our Turks and Caicos Islands to be promoted and advertised as a place that you can come and make movies. Therefore putting Turks and Caicos further on the map. These are all things that we can do and that should be done. It doesn't need a change in the Constitution to do it. It needs courage, it needs vision, it needs leadership to do these things. And this is the type of leadership that we're youth in sports. The young people, dear to my heart, and the young people is the future. But their future begins today. We have to invest in our youth. We have to invest in sports and recreational facilities. We have to, when a person is able to excel, whether it's Delano Williams, there's no reason why Delano Williams should be running for Great Britain. Delano Williams should be running for an independent Turks and Caicos. And there's no reason why we shouldn't be able to put together an Olympic team. There's no reason why when athletes have potential, that they're not subsidized by the government so that they can dedicate their entire time to preparing themselves as athletes. Because sports put country on the map. Sports give you national pride, give you a sense of pride. When you see the Golden Girls in the Bahamas, or you see Bolt in Jamaica, it brings a country together. And so we have to put emphasis, more emphasis, and millions of dollars on developing sports. And I'd like to take this opportunity to congratulate Sonia for the work that she's been doing with soccer, football in the Turks and Caicos Islands, and also congratulate her on her appointment as a member of the FIFA Executive Committee. And I think she is someone like Delano Williams, like Trevor Ariza, that we should be proud of, people who are making strides in the international sports arena. Infrastructure. My people, I believe that one of the single most important infrastructure project that we can do as a country in the next 4 to 5 years is the causeway. When we were in office, we linked North and Middle Caicos together. And by linking North and Middle Caicos together, that has completely changed the landscape in those two islands. Now, North and Middle Caicos get almost as much tourists as Providencial is, but people going over there for daily cruise. But the next, most importantly, is the link between Providenciales and North Caicos. Can you imagine being able to drive from here all the way to South Caicos, or even from here to North Caicos? Can you imagine being able to have a country estate in North Caicos? And even if you work in Provo, drive to Provo, in half an hour you're in Provo. But the cost of living, that will drive the cost of living down, because not only can we do our farming, but also the fact of the matter is that because of everyone is stuck here in Provo, there's a high demand for not only property, but rental property. And so being able to open up the other islands for development will completely change the Turks and Caicos Island, will make the Turks and Caicos different in the Caribbean. And that is a dream that I would like to see to come a reality. And that's a dream that when we started the Middle Caicos Causeway, a lot of people thought it couldn't be done. But the first journey begins with a first step. And from day one, any administration that I support or be a part of has to start the Caicos Causeway. We have to build more schools. We have to build more parks and recreation facilities. We have to finish the airport and port in North Caicos. We have to do the dock in Salt Key and modernize our country with roads. It's unacceptable that we all pay taxes, and that except for the roads that we build and some of the main roads, we need to go of the side road, and especially in some of the areas in Blue Hills and Five Keys, and it's deplorable. And so we have to come up with a system, even if it's a system where there's a tax for a defined era, a defined period of time to be able to raise the funds to pave all of the roads in our country. And by